Hello, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of Mondays Are For the Nerds. I'm your co-host, Jay Wright.
And I'm your other co-host, Tristan Stump.
We thank you for joining us as we recap last week's pop culture news and happenings. How was your week?
It was a pretty good week. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, a pretty okay week, yeah.
Nice. Did you do anything? Because I didn't.
So at work, I've been reading some more books, and I got this. There's this. You've heard of them. I'm going to pull some up now just for the sake of conversating. I found that if I find a good enough thing, it can be our small talk because then we can talk about it. But they're called the Disney Twisted Tales books.
No, I think I've heard about Is it the ones with all the villains?
That is the Disney Villains book series.
Okay.
That is written by one author. Valentino, I think, is her last name. I cannot remember the author's first name at this moment.
Twisted Tales sounds familiar.
Twisted Tales is an anthology book series. In fact, there's one book that isn't, and nothing but like a series of short anthology stories. But it takes a Disney movie, and it either during the movie or after the movie, it changes something that alters the story of the characters. So if for the sake of the one I read, it was called Almost There, and it was instead of breaking the Shadow Man's talisman in the graveyard, she accepts his deal.
Wait, and what?
And Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
So you remember the scene.
Yeah.
She breaks the thing, and he gets drug into the underworld.
The grave, yeah.
So there, when he tries to make a deal with her, she accepts it with some alternations to
the deal.
The deal, including her dad coming back to life.
Ooh.
But then creepy things start happening, and Naveen starts trying to get closer to her. And Naveen, instead of just having all that character change over a weekend, he gets a whole year to figure out he likes to be a hardworking man instead of just a prince. And so there's all this extra character development for them. And anyway, it's a very, very...
That is awesome.
It is such a good book. Like, it's like a 500-page...
It's like a legit...
It's like a legit book.
Yeah.
Like, these are young adult novels. There's even, there's blood and stuff that happens, especially the one I'm reading right now, which is called Go the Distance.
Hercules.
And it is instead of Zeus letting Hercules lose his godhood after he's earned it to stay with Meg, he's like, no, I waited 18 years to have my son by my side. You are staying as a god, and you can't stay with a mortal because she's immortal. Oh. And so, the gods are a little closer to what they are in Greek mythology instead of,
jerks.
Disney. So he's a little more jerkish. Not all of them, because Hera offers Meg to go on a quest in 10 days to turn herself into a god so she can be with Hercules. And that quest is getting the soul of the woman that her last love left her for out of Hades' grasp.
Oh.
And so she teams up with Phil and Pegasus to go into the underworld and do this quest so she can be with Hercules. And more things about Meg's backstory is revealed, and maybe some truths about her backstory she doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Different things where it's a very, very interesting. And the first good bit is her fighting this monster and almost dying.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool sequence, and in my head it was. And so it's just...
Do they take up to do they write out in novel form the events of the movie until that point, or
the
is
first chapter is generally the scene from the end of the movie that gets changed. So they kind of assume that you've watched the movie when you buy the book.
So it's always from the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's always from the end of the movie.
Okay.
Some of them, however, are different. So
I thought it was halfway. They're 3/4 way through or something like that.
Some of them are that way. It doesn't type out the story of the movie as a book. It just starts where it needs to start, so you can go from there. So it assumes you've watched the movie.
Yeah.
The Aladdin one, for example, is what if Aladdin never found the lamp? So instead, Jafar does find it, and so Aladdin becomes this leader of a rebellion,
like a Robin Hood type.
Yeah, and Jasmine becomes a revolutionary. What if Sleeping Beauty never woke up? So she finds herself stuck in this dream world and has to get herself out because after Prince Philippe kisses her, he falls asleep too.
Oh.
And just different things like that. Some of them are some of them are the whole movie made over, like the Aladdin one's the whole movie remade over. The Beauty and the Beast one is what if Belle's mother was the enchantress that cursed the beast.
See, it's like it goes back to the DC the comics or the medieval comics you're in, where it's like I love it when stuff takes like what you like what you know, and then like makes like a twist on it, like an alternate version. I love stuff like that.
Love it. There's one. It never came to the United States like officially, but there's one called Suddenly Super, and it's what if Syndrome raised Violet as his protege. Oh. And it only released in the UK and Australia, and I am working on trying to get it here. But, it might be, now that I'm actually sitting down and wanting to get it, might be a little more expensive because of shipping overseas.
Yeah.
But, but there's a really cool one that we got that Piper got actually last year was called Fate Be Changed. And so instead of the witch's spell turning Merida's mom into a bear, Merida gets transported to when her mom is a teenager, and it kind of back to the future a little bit. And
how many of these are there? Is there a Lion King one?
There's currently 26, but only 22 of them are out.
Is there a Lion King?
The Lion King one, there's two technically.
Tell me he lets Scar live.
The anthology one, I can't remember what the anthology one is, but in Be Prepared, Scar coerces Nala into kind of being a double agent.
As you'll see later, you say the words double agent or anything like that, it's like it unlocks something in me.
It's like, what if Nala was compelled to team up with Scar for a secret reason? And it's kind of, Scar manipulates her and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they even did Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's Sally that discovers Christmas Town instead of... it's just really cool ones. What if Maid Marian was the one that was the Robin Hood character? It's just so cool. And the one...
Is there a Tarzan or Brother Bear?
So Brother Bear and Tarzan, I don't think there are yet. Here, let me go into the anthology.
I need the Brother Bear to be like, what if it was like the Wolf Brother?
There's a Treasure Planet one in the anthology. It's like a short story. What if Jim Hawkins joins Long John Silver when he reveals himself to be a pirate? Which I wish was a whole book. That feels like it could have been a whole book. There's one apparently that is only releasing as part of a advent calendar where you get these little anthology. Some of them are from the anthology book, but one of them is an Atlantis one that's exclusive to the advent calendar. And I'm like, I almost want to buy that just for the Atlantis one.
Oh, dude.
And it's what if Milo chooses not to stay in Atlantis. Sword in the Stone has had one. Hercules has had two, technically. And then Bambi got one in the anthology. What if Bambi didn't want to be the next Prince of the Forest? But the next full novel, because there's only been one anthology book, I feel like they should do more. But the next full novel is called Adventure is Out There. What if Ellie went up to Paradise Falls?
And Carl died?
Nope. It's while they're teenagers and they're starting to just...
Dude.
She gets an internship for Charles Muntz, however you say his last name.
Muntz.
And she, like, as part of the internship, she gets to go to Paradise Falls and she starts to realize something's off.
Dude.
That comes out April of next year.
Dude.
We don't know what the what if is, but the book after that is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
My guess is
what if... Is there a Wall-E?
There's not a Wall-E because Adventure Up and Incredibles are the first.
Up,
Incredibles, and Brave are the first three
Okay.
Pixars they've done. They haven't done... Ratatouille was technically the first Pixar. In the anthology, it was what if Colette was the one that caught Remy. Some of those, I'm like, man, they could have been full books.
I know.
Okay, what if Mufasa gave up his throne in Lion King? I don't know exactly what that means. What if Tinkerbell was working for Captain Hook? What if Naveen had to get home to Maldonia? Which is kind of what the other book does, but it's fine. What if the triplets visited the witch?
Oh, that'd be chaos.
What if Matt and
Chaos
Mim and
Unleashed.
Merlin went to school together? What if Belle had to take her father's place at the fair? So if she left and anyway.
Yeah.
And then there's only one that I know of because my sister's read a bunch of them. There's only one that I know of that is kind of disappointing, and it is called Conceal Don't Feel. And it's what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other, and so after the accident, instead of erasing Anna's memories of Elsa's powers, they bring Anna to live with her aunt and erase her memories of Elsa. But apparently, after Elsa freezes the town, it's word for word the movie. It's like not much has changed.
So it's just the backstories.
Yeah, the backstories are different which is absolutely disappointing because can you imagine an ant being in the mix and different things where it's like that could have been. But apparently, that's the only disappointing one my sister's read so far. Well, funnily enough, the same author wrote the Hercules one and that I'm reading, and it's amazing. It is amazing. Like I'm loving it.
Dude, I need to read these. I need to read these bad.
What if Alice was very, very late in Alice in Wonderland? But no, the villains one. Oh yeah, what once was mine. What if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? And so it's the moonflower.
I love all these alternate reality things.
Right? I did other stuff too, but this is kind of what I thought would be the big like talking where I'm like, I wonder if Jay knows about these.
No, I didn't.
Set in stone, what if Arthur wasn't supposed to be king?
Oh, I need to read these so bad.
Like I said, some of them haven't made it to the US, so you have to like order them online. Like the Set in Stone one, the Sword in the Stone one, hasn't made its way here yet, and that released in 2023.
Yeah.
What if the Blue Fairy wasn't supposed to help Pinocchio? So actually, that one's a little bit of it's a backstory instead of a what if, I guess, because the Blue Fairy, you go into her backstory.
Oh, that's true.
And stuff. But no, the villains ones is really interesting. Spoiler alert for the villains book series, not major.
Yeah.
But she, the author,
because I think I have
Serena
like
Valentino. The author Serena Valentino said that at the end of the 12th book, Heartbroken, which is about the Queen of Hearts and her backstory, she said the end of that book would be a hint at what the next book will be about. And we already know that because she has said it's okay to talk about it. It's Chernobog.
So Fantasia.
It's the backstory of the guy from Fantasia, which is cool. It's cool, but it's also like she hasn't done Dr. Facilier yet. I could see her not doing Frollo. Yeah. She's already said, except for maybe Shere Khan, she wouldn't do any animals backstory. So like Scar's kind of off the table, and which, if you read the books, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like Cruella de Vil was a bit of a stretch because of how the time period in which her movie is set versus everyone else's. But anyway, so yeah, that's an exciting one that I'm excited for. I'm going to start reading through those because my sister I got her a couple in hardback that she didn't before, so she gave me those, and those were throughout the beginning of the series, so I'm going to read through those too. I'm loving the Disney young adult stuff.
Yes.
Reading through those. I might be starting to get out of the target audience, but I don't care. I'll still read them.
Yeah. Please. I watch Wild Kratts. I'm very much out of the target audience for that, and I still watch Wild Kratts. I love Wild Kratts so much.
Well, yeah, that is what I've been doing this week. I've been reading those.
Nice.
Like my game playing this week, I played a little bit of Lego Dimensions. Mm-hmm. I now am needing to start the Lego Batman movie levels and then moving on to the story mode. I'm probably going to miss the 10-year anniversary mark just a bit, but it's fine. Yeah, my gaming this week is just kind of whatever. But yeah, I guess that is my small talk.
I didn't do much. I mean, I beat Spider-Man, 100% of Spider-Man again, and now I'm on to Miles Morales. I'm working on 100% again. I beat the story. Oh, Ice Age.
Oh yeah, you've been watching.
I did start rewatching
Ice Age.
Yeah. I didn't get the 5th watch for today, but that's fine. I know what happens in the 5th. I've seen it when it came out, but I just had like this inkling Sunday night that I wanted to watch Ice Age again because it's been like forever since I've seen them all. I think at least since Continental Drift was in theaters since I saw that one, and so I watched 1 Sunday, 2 and 3 Monday, and I think 4 Tuesday. And I'm like, I'm not gonna watch anymore. I'm gotten to Collision Course. I'll watch it because it's the main one, but I'm not in a whole rush to watch it. But dude, it's just as funny as I imagined, as I remembered it being. Scrat, hilarious. Sid, me. Sid's the me of the friend group, absolutely. I'm also a little bit Manny though, a little bit.
Now you are.
Now I'm Manny.
Yeah,
I'm Manny.
You're kind of.
I was watching the meltdown and this whole thing with Ellie. I was like, oh my god, I relate to that. Yeah, that's all I've been doing. I'm working on. I told you I'm going to start playing Lego Batman.
Yeah.
After
he's playing, he realized he hadn't played the other 2 and 3.
I didn't even have them. I didn't own them. So once I 100% Miles Morales again, I'm gonna start playing Lego Batman on my PS5 until Ghost of Yotai comes out, in which I'll beat Ghost of Yotai. But that's all I did, except for reminisce about one thing we'll get into later.
Yeah.
Should I get my releases for this week?
Yes, sir.
Not much. In movies, on Friday, September 5th in theaters, we got The Conjuring: The Last Rites, the last movie in the Conjuring series. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren try to vanquish a demon from a family's home. Hamilton, an American musical, came to theaters for this week. Twinless got a limited release. Two men who lost their respective twin brothers develop a growing friendship after meeting in a support group. And on streaming on Wednesday, September 3rd, Lilo & Stitch came to Disney+. And on Friday, September 5th, Highest to Lowest came to Apple TV+, and Friendship came to HBO Max. On the TV side of things, on Monday, September 1st, The Runarounds had a series premiere on Amazon Prime Video. And on Thursday, September 4th, the NFL season kicked off with Dallas at Philadelphia on NBC and Peacock. Wednesday, Season 2B came to Netflix. NCIS Tony and Ziva Season 1 dropped on Paramount+. And The Paper Season 1. All 10 episodes dropped on Peacock for the third episode in a row. I only have one bit of music news. Charlie XCX is writing original songs for Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights. More on that later. And that is all in terms of releases. Like I said, not a lot at all.
I'll make up for that.
Yeah.
Because the majority of mine are releases this week.
You're going to carry a lot of this episode.
September 1st saw the release of Bad Cheese on all major platforms from developer Simon Lukasic and publisher Feardemic. Bad Cheese is a psychological horror inspired by the eerie charm of 1920s animation. Step into the tiny paws of a mouse spending the weekend at home with a dysfunctional dad while mom's away. Be on your best behavior and keep daddy happy. Rogue Labyrinth, released on PC from developer T-Witch Games and publisher Indie.io. Fight through the ranks in a monster-filled labyrinth created by an egocentric billionaire colonist. Make friends or enemies with rivals, employees, fans, and monsters to improve your abilities. The crowd wants to show, so hype them up in this roguelite narrative adventure. September 2nd saw the release of Metal Eden on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox from developers Ryken Games and publisher Deep Silver. An adrenaline rush sci-fi first-person shooter, a hyper-unit Aska is sent to a suicide mission to rescue citizens' cores from Mobius, an orbital city turned into a deadly trap. Dive into a cybernetic warfare, face the engineers, and uncover the secrets of Metal Eden. Nea, released on PC from developer Defy Reality Entertainment and publisher Microprose Software. Nea is a first-person point-and-click adventure game from Defy Reality Entertainment. You are thrown into a strange, secretive world called Nea. Use careful observation and logic to uncover the mysteries entwined within Nea's peculiar landscapes and bizarre creatures. Other Skin, released on PC from developer Game Atelier and publisher FDG Entertainment, embark on a deadly solo mission to uncover Vandermeer's secrets, absorb alien morphs to evolve beyond human limits. Guided by your AI suit, explore alien biomes, master unique elements, and fight to survive in a stunning action adventure. The universe is at stake. September 3rd saw the release of Hirogami on PC and PlayStation from developer Bandai Namco and publisher Kakahashi Games. Explore a beautiful origami world as Hiro, a fan-wielding master of the art of folding. Embark on a mystical journey to save your fragile home from deadly digital invaders. Take on animal forms to traverse the landscape, solve puzzles, overcome enemies, and save the realm. Jotun Slayer Hordes of Hell, released on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation from developer Games Farm and Artillery and publisher Grindstone. Hordes of Hell is a gripping roguelike horde survivor game set in the dark realms of Norse mythology. Fight waves of enemies to turn divine blessings of ancient Viking deities, explore hostile worlds and face powerful bosses and become a godlike warrior in this ultimate showdown. Kimono Tea Time, released on PC from Studio La La La. Koto Nero, Who You, and Furyu Corporation. Relax in the world of Kimono Tea Time where animal ears are a normal part of everyday life. Here in Melodious, you can whip up whatever blends of tea you desire in your favorite cafe as you play through an adorable story. Come now and live out your bestest and cutest life down to the last drop. September 4th, Above Snakes made its way to PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Adventure of Samsara on all major platforms from developer Elix Games and publisher Atari. A Hero Resurrected, a new adventure. With stunning 2D pixel art, Adventure of Samsara combines classic gameplay, a deeply connected world, and a deadly twisting narrative of death, rebirth, and memory. Become the solar champion and restore balance to the multiverse. Dark Deity 2 made its way to Switch, and Forsaken made its way to Switch. Hell Is Us, released on Xbox Xbox, PC, and PlayStation from developer Rogue Factor and publisher Naken. If war is the closest we'll get to hell on Earth, it's because Earth harbors the worst demons, humankind. In an isolated country ravaged by infighting, discover the secrets of your past and deal with the repercussions of a mysterious calamity. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the Order of Giants DLC, released on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Jet Runner, released on PC from developer Riddlebit Software and publisher Curveball Games. Jet Runner is a parkour first-person shooter with cel-shaded comic-like visuals and a gameplay loop that can be best described as Trackmania meets Titanfall. Rich, expressive movement and tight gunplay is what Jet Runner is all about. Kajora, released on PC from developer Barangan Entertainment and publisher SoftSource. When Kajora realizes that her peaceful village has been reliving the same day over and over, she and her friends seek out to try and uncover the origin of the mysterious time loop cursed on her village. Syntopia, released on PC from developer Pira Knights Games and publisher Team 17. Build a resurrection business of your dreams with Syntopia. You are charged with the managing and bureaucratic administration of hell. Your team of employees punish the dead souls for their sins, generating a profit to help you build and sustain your hellish empire. Splatterbot, released on PC and Switch from Hey Kookaburra. The cleaning robots have gone rogue. Up to 4 players compete in local multiplayer to make the most mess. Utilize your environment and power-ups to overwhelm your opponents with untidiness. It's about to get messy. So that's like a Roomba multiplayer game.
That'd be so fun.
Star Wars Outlaws made its way to Switch 2. And also on September 4th, we had the release of Hollow Knight Silksong on all major platforms from Team Cherry. Discover a vast haunted kingdom in Hollow Knight Silksong. Explore, fight, and survive as you ascend to the peak of a land ruled by silk and song. Obviously, that is the new Hollow Knight game that we've been waiting 7 years for, if not more, count if you want to count for like Kickstarter and stuff. And I have it downloaded. I've not gotten to play it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things. I got it on my Switch too, so we will see how it runs, but I've heard it runs wonderfully. I mean, I think it was a couple weeks ago that we said it. So we thought, I think it was Mina the Hollower was announced to be this console's first 120 frames per second game. Yeah. Apparently, Silksong beat it to it. Silksong has 120 frames per second mode, but I don't know how that exactly would handle, because your TV also has to be able to handle that. As well as like if you're capturing it for gameplay, your capture card has to be able to handle that. So I don't know if I've seen it in action myself, or that I would want to, because like at some point the frame rate gets so smooth that for me it enters this uncanny valley thing.
Yeah.
That's why like there's some games that everyone's like, it needs to run at 60 frames per second, where I'm like, I don't know, it gets beyond 30 and it starts to look weird for me.
Yeah.
That's just me. I kind of see unless the frame rate is egregious and it's like it's super low and choppy, I kind of see frame rate as another tool for an artistic vision in games and movies and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why some movies are 24 frames per second versus most movies are 24 frames per second.
Yeah.
Especially for TVs, because at the time when that was all decided, TVs could only handle so much. I'm saying all that to say, I guess I'm not because another thing we'll get into later, all the comments was nothing but frame rate comments, which it's just trolls immediately talking.
Yeah.
Where I was like, come on, man.
Find anything.
But yeah, I'm talking about frame rate more than I talked about Hollow Knight Silksong itself. But apparently there's some parts that are harder than Hollow Knight, which is crazy because Hollow Knight is already hard.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Nice.
September.
Get your thoughts on that next week.
Yes. September 5th saw the release of Boomerang Jack on PC from developer Recall Interactive and publisher The Bueno Interactive. Slash, dash, and boomerang smash on a globetrotting quest to stop the Pirate King. Swing your grappling hook, wield telekinetic tornadoes, and upgrade Jack in this non-stop action-adventure RPG. Chronos New Dawn, released on PC, Xbox, and PS5 and Switch 2 from Bloober Team. A whole new breed of survival horror emerges with Chronos the New Dawn. Survive the brutal wastelands of the future, fight nightmarish merging creatures creatures and jump back in time to harvest souls as you seek to uncover the origins of the apocalypse that wiped out humanity. Daemon Ex Machina, Titanic Scion, released on all major platforms from Marvelous and Exceed. Feel the exhilaration of fast-paced combat in your fully customized armored suit as you freely explore a deadly and dangerous world on land or in the air. Take on a titanic boss battle with alone or with up to 2 friends in online co-op. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, released on PlayStation, Switch, and PC from developer Hype Inc. and publisher Bandai Namco. Everybody's favorite golf game series finally returns to the fairway. Hit the green with a variety of unique characters, including Pac-Man, and courses in online and offline single and multiplayer modes. Lumber and Plunder, released on PC from developer Cozy Fox and publisher Sailing Fox Studios, an exploration-focused game set on a remote island to hide a long-forgotten treasure. Scavenge resources, sell what you find, you upgrade your gear, and carve your way through a mysterious forest. Uncover scattered clues, piece together a legend, and conquer the mountain at your own pace. Mole Maiden, released on PC from Tasty Games. Mole Maiden is a quirky 2D action-adventure featuring 360-degree drilling fun. Dig into the colorful world of R&D Mine as Penny faces her sister to become the next Burrow League champion. NBA 2K26, released on all major platforms from Visual Concepts and 2K. Bragging rights are on the line in My Career, My Team, My NBA, The W, and Play Now. Showcase your bag of moves with hyper-realism powered by Pro Play, and challenge your friends or rivals in NBA 2K26's competitive modes and leave no doubt about that you wear the crown. Shuten Order, released on Switch and PC from developer Nilo Inc. and publisher Exona and Spike Chunsoft. 168 remaining until the end of the world. Humanity is approaching its end. A sudden dismemberment murder of the leader of a religious nation that advocates an apocalyptic ideology. 5 adventure games are combined into one, centered around a suspenseful story full of mystery and intrigue. And finally, Tokyo Underground Killer, released on PC from Phoenix Game Productions and publisher 3DM Games and Gone Shootin'. Dive into the neon-drenched deep underground of Tokyo as Kobayashi, a deadly assassin who harnesses the power of blood energy. Use your sword, mystical abilities, and powerful weapons to assassinate highly dangerous maniacs and stop the invasion of the brutal flatliners terrorizing Tokyo. That is my gaming releases for this week.
My first batch of miscellaneous and posters. Got a poster for Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. Poster for Abbott Elementary Season 5. Traumatica. Dolby and IMAX posters for Him. A new poster for Conjuring the Last Rites. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, Wuthering Heights, Rental Family. IMAX and Screen X posters for Tron Ares. The poster for The Paranorman 3D Remastered re-release. And the first poster for Street Fighter for the second episode in a row.
Dude, that poster.
It looks good.
So, have you ever played or seen the original Street Fighter 2? Mm-hmm. Yes, you have.
Oh, the
arcade cabinet that was at the wedding.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was so reminiscent.
It looking like that, and the map with the flags and dude.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
And the whole cast,
and the whole cast
at
the bottom with and it looks like a character select screen.
Yeah,
like I don't know how the movie will turn out, but I'll say it again: how much I think we should be thankful we're in a time where video game movies are finally being made with passion towards the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's weird to say that before, I'm trying to think, like, we had Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was good. And then there are fans of, like, the earlier Resident Evil and definitely the first Silent Hill movies.
Yeah.
But, like, Mario wasn't great. And unless it was an anime adaptation of a game, it usually wasn't too good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, at least for Western, like for Hollywood to start taking on video games, I would say it was what? I'm trying to think.
I mean, my mind immediately goes to Mario, but there had to be something before that.
There was definitely stuff before Mario.
Sonic.
But the joke I'm trying to go for, I'm just going to go for the punchline, is before that, we had Pixels.
Yeah, true.
That was the bet. And look, I can recognize that movie is bad, but I don't care. It's another master of disguise for me. Where like, I don't care if that movie is bad. I love that movie. Mm-hmm. But the fact that was the best video game movie we had until, I don't know. I'm Googling.
Sonic was 2019.
Until maybe Sonic.
Was it 2020? It was 2020.
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu was 2019, 18?
Yeah, 2018 or 19. So I would almost say like, other than your original movies that are like video games, like Wreck-It Ralph and Tron, which are both happen to be Disney movies, I would say that like maybe Detective Pikachu was like when we finally started to go, oh, maybe maybe they can do this without it being direct to DVD or an anime.
Yeah.
Which, nothing wrong with that, but like Uncharted has its criticisms, but dude,
I love
Uncharted.
Dude.
I'm trying to think of the like I said, the Sonic trilogy,
or even the Last of Us show,
the Fallout show, Angry Birds 2. I would say Angry Birds 1 teeters,
but Angry Birds 2 is way more memorable.
Angry Birds 2 is so
especially
good.
For us at the time we watched.
Oh yeah, especially at the time we watched it, our friend group needed another thing to pull from.
And Chuck gave that to us alone.
But yeah.
Love the Angry Birds too.
Oh, I forgot about the Ratchet and Clank movie. Anyway.
That is true. I forgot about that one.
Moving on from that, this is an aside. But I would just say, dude, that poster was so good.
Yeah. Yeah. In trailers, we got a trailer for Gen V releasing September 17th on Amazon Prime Video. House of Guinness releasing September 25th on Netflix. The first trailer for 28 Years, The Bone Temple releasing on January 16th in theaters. Slow Horses Season 5 releasing September 24th on Apple TV Plus. A House of Dynamite releasing October 24th on Netflix. A new teaser for Wicked for Good releasing November 21st in theaters. The 3D re-release of Avatar: The Way of Water releasing October 3rd in theaters. Wuthering Heights releasing on February 14th in theaters. Monster: The Ed Gein Story for the second episode in a row releasing October 3rd on Netflix. John Candy: I Like Me releasing October 10th on Amazon Prime Video. Smiling Friends Season 3 releasing October 5th on Adult Swim. The Black Phone 2 releasing October 17th in theaters. And Die My Love releasing November 7th in theaters. In release dates, It Welcome to Derry will premiere on HBO on October 26th. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die releases on January 30th in theaters. Jordan Peele's next film has been removed from Universal's release calendar. The Bluey movie releases on August 6, 2027 in theaters. The Twilight Saga, for the second episode in a row, will be streamed on YouTube for free. All 5 films will be live streamed on loop from September 7th to September 14th on the Twilight YouTube channel, which means by the time this episode comes out, you could go to YouTube and watch the Twilight movies. Christie releases on November 7th in theaters. Bel Air Season 4 premieres on November 24th on Peacock. And A Very Jonas Christmas movie releases November 14th on Disney+. In castings, Harry Potter, the TV show, Warwick Davis will return as Professor Phileas Flitwick. Scrubs, we got some returning cast members. Judy Reyes will return as Carla, and John C. McGinley will return as Dr. Cox.
It'd be interesting to see Judy Reyes because, like, she's in High Potential.
Ooh.
So her doing 2 shows at once, which, I mean, some actors do that because Stinkin', the star of High Potential, is also in Always Sunny for Philadelphia, which she seems to do that.
And granted, those come out like...
Yeah, those stagger. So it'd be interesting to see if either there's something about season 2 we don't know about with her character for High Potential, or if she's also alternating and doing both shows. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I just thought that because my first thought is because I was like, I thought she was in her show already. But
yeah. Something I did see that I just now remembering I didn't get written down. The guy who was in Reba, and he also came back for Happy's Place for an episode, and there was he has a mustache now.
Oh, is it Steve
Howie? He was the dumb guy.
Steve Howie, yeah.
He's going to be in High Potential Season 2.
Oh, cool.
As I think a regular, at least recurring. Tomb Raider, the show, Sophie Turner will officially star as Lara Croft. Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Chad Hodge will serve as showrunners. Jonathan Van Tuliken from Shogun will direct the series, and filming begins in January. Ben Stiller's Airman movie, Jeremy Allen is in talks to star in A24's film. Jimon Hunsu has been cast in Highlander, the movie. Saturday Night Live Season 51, for the second episode in a row, adds 5 new cast members, including Please Don't Destroy's Ben Marshall, alongside Tommy Brennan, Cam Patterson, Veronica Slowakowska, and Jeremy Colhane from Dropout. Jeremy from Dropout.
Huh.
Yeah. I texted that to Hayden, and Hayden's like, Jeremy? And I'm like, and Ben from Please. He's like, Ben too? And I'm like, yeah. That is all my first batch of miscellaneous.
In my gaming news...
Lost. It's fine.
Sorry, Jay. Jay was watching a football game while we were recording.
Go Chiefs.
Full
disclosure.
Full disclosure. Full disclosure.
Dude.
It's a heck of a thing. In my gaming news, Thomas K. Youngs, that's the creator of Dadish, his next game, Dunkadillo, will release September 9th on PC, Switch, and mobile.
Did he not already release the Cactus game?
The Cactus game came out, yeah.
Okay.
And so his next game after that is this game where he plays like a bouncing armadillo and he curls up behind the basketball. Daredevil and Angela are being added as characters to Marvel Rivals alongside Season 4 on September 12th. Turn-based tactics RPG Aegis Force, the Scorian War, released a 90-minute demo on September 2nd. A limited edition Astrobot-themed DualSense controller was revealed, releasing October 30th. Pre-orders begin September 12th. The Grinch Christmas Adventures Merry and Mischievous Edition is releasing October 3rd. This is a new edition of a 2023 shovelware. It might be insulting called shovelware. I don't know, but like it didn't look good. It has like mixed to mostly negative reviews from what I've seen on like Steam. It's DLC. It's new content for this game, released as a new package on October 3rd. First-person cozy cleaning game Restore Your Island was announced for PC. Roguelite shooter Swamp Beat received a release window of October 2025 on PC. Infinite Entertainment announced VR shooter game Falcon Fall coming late 2026. Contrast Games announced comedic exploration game Completely Fictional Story about a city inside a whale. We're intruding upon anime territory with this game titles.
Yes.
Explore the city of Whaleville, completing quests in your wind-up boat, coming to PC soon. Mars Attracts will enter early access on PC September 16th. Witch Spire, an open-world survival game from Invar Games, was announced. Use spells and trinkets to battle wild beasts and build a base, coming to early access in 2026 on PC. The Adventure Awaits expansion was announced for Sims 4. Build a kids camp, fitness retreat, and more getaway starting October 2nd. Forsaken 64 was added to the NSO N64 18 Plus Mature app September 3rd. And Concerned Ape gave another little bit, not quite detailed, but another little update for Stardew Valley 1.7 after he announced it last week. He gave like the explanation that 1.7 will, because I expressed this concern, so 1.7 will not be slowing any development time down for Haunted Chocolatier, because he's basically acting as a creative director for a team that he's gathered to work on 1.7 update for Stardew Valley. So any of the updates has to go through him first, but another team will be doing the coding and stuff for it. So that's kind of like what's going to be keeping him from slowing down Haunted Chocolatier. And then he said Haunted Chocolatier and Stardew Valley both working at a relaxed pace. They have a ton of ideas and everything's been high quality. He will have to spend a little more time on Stardew Valley because in order for him to maintain a full connection to the game, he has to like be able to personally test every new content. There is a no release date approach to 1.7, so we do not know when it's coming. It might even be after Haunted Chocolatier is done. No guarantees on that though.
Yeah.
He's basically just like, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. Which, I mean, dude.
Take your time.
The game's been out for how long? And it's got this much content, and now they're adding even more when at this point, like, some of the content that he added over the updates could have been Stardew Valley 2 material. And he's like, I'm not doing that. You paid your $15, and you're going to keep getting as much content as I feel like it needs. Which is funny, because 1.6, he said he was done. And then, so here we are. That is my miscellaneous gaming news for this week.
James Bond?
Oh, yes, that's right. I skipped it on purpose so we could talk about it last. Jay, I am so sorry. I didn't do this to you on purpose. I should have played it off. I should have played it off like I did on purpose. It's like, wait, hold on. Da-da-da-da.
I'm like, I alluded to it twice.
Wednesday, September 3rd, PlayStation held a 30-minute state of play specifically focusing on 007 First Light, giving a first look at gameplay, the reveal of the cast, and the release date of September 27th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC.
March 27th.
I said March 27th.
Oh, I thought you said September. My bad.
I might have said September, but it's March 27th.
Yeah.
March 27th.
Sorry, I'm excited.
The cast includes James Bond is being played by Patrick Gibson, Priyanka Buford, Burford. I apologize if I pronounced any of these wrong.
Yeah.
Priyanka Burford will be playing M. Lenny James is playing John Greenway. Kira Lester is playing Moneypenny. Alistair McKenzie will be playing Q. And Noemi Nakai will be playing Miss Roth. Jay and I both got to watch this. We were texting each other live while we were watching it. I missed the gameplay explanation. So I got to watch the gameplay, but the explanation, I was driving while it was playing on my radio, so I didn't.
So you couldn't really. It's
I
like
couldn't
stuff that kind
see
of had to go with
anything.
seeing it.
But I got the pickup that you'll be using the watch a lot, obviously.
The watch is the gadget,
and like all the gadgets kind of go in. What I'm going to tell you the vibes I got, which is so Jay loves spies. And
I love
Jay
spies.
loves espionage and spies.
Oh, dude.
James Bond, old and new.
Yes.
He just loves all of it. So if there's two things that should go together that would just be the dream game for Jay, it's James Bond and Uncharted.
Yes. And I have that.
And so Jay wrote down, this is the return of Jay's
Live
reactions, which I
It's
love.
not for multiple games, it's one game.
Anytime there's a state of play, I love that we're going to get Jay's reactions because
I'm able to.
if he's able to.
Yeah. This one you better believe I was praying I didn't have to work that day.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I'll just start after the car chase. So it starts off with like they say it's his first mission. You're going after 009, which is the villain. Question mark? I think. At least for this one mission it is. You break into this like castle party, rich like black tie event party, and then after that it cuts to like it shows like some of the suave you do, and then it goes he's like basically says the equivalent of I won't cause distraction, and then it goes inevitably he's stealing a car, and that's when you really get into my live reactions where in all caps I don't remember what part of the driving this was. The third person car driving, I go in all caps, this is awesome. And then I know this specifically this one when they hit like driving through the dirt, I was like, this is giving Uncharted 4 Madagascar vibes, chase vibes. 100% it is. And then I go, the score, and score is in all caps.
Dude, the score was so good. I've been meaning to download more video game soundtracks lately, and like this might be one where I'm like, I'm gonna have to keep an eye to see if it comes out on vinyl or something.
Yes.
Like, dude.
I'd added the Spider-Man score to my likes playlist on YouTube Music after replaying that. I've had Jaden Smith's I'm Ready for Miles Morales since the game came out. The score in this is so good. The combat, I was like, I am all over the combat. The near instant switch between guns, flawless. And then I go, a lot of this is when it really ramps up because the rest of this is in all caps. Through the gun.
Yeah.
He throws the gun. If you're out of ammo, you throw the gun.
You throw the gun.
I saw someone on TikTok say, you yeet the gun at them.
I was talking to Jacob about that. We're like, it's almost kind of funny because like the gameplay they gave, he was getting closer to the guy as he was shooting. So it was almost like it stopped and James was just like, just threw it at the guy. And I'm like, that's just great.
It's so good. And then I go in all caps, fire trail to the car explosion, peak. We're eating.
Oh, and doing the whole like having to catch the hose of the plane trope. And
that's where I go in all caps with a space in between each letter. Cinematic.
Yeah.
Cinematic.
Like, it's
cinematic. And then I go shows the plane tilting from the outside with like 7 question marks as you're like hacking the panel. Dude, I was sitting there on my couch. I'm like, I wish someone was watching this with me because my reactions are golden right now.
And I'm glad this is not just a movie game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad this is like there's shooting sections, there's stealth sections, there's like this is full on espionage stuff.
It's dude, I'm so there. And then another Uncharted reference with a plane where he like flies out.
Yeah.
Uncharted 3 question mark. There's like 8 question marks here. And then at the end I go in all caps, oh the score. Oh the score. This game is so awesome. And as I was driving home the other night, I'm like, I was listening to my Agent Dubs playlist, my inspiration songs for that. And then Chris Cornell's You Know My Name came on from Casino Royale. And that got me thinking, are they going to have a Bond song? Because you can't have a James Bond thing without a Bond song. Dude. It'll probably be the credits, but still.
Ooh, and I wonder
every single Bond song has gone hard.
I wonder who they'd get to sing it.
I know. Never know.
If they get like a big name or if they'd get like a big name within the gaming sphere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the like a content creator that's like a big singer or something like
something like that. But then like even like the not good James Bond movies, like arguably Quantum of Solace, the second Daniel Craig movie, not that good. It was also during the 2008 writer's strike. That wasn't that good. The song from that is my least favorite. I still like it. But then you had banger after banger. You had Skyfall. You had Writings on the Wall from Sam Smith. You had No Time to Die. There's a reason why every time a James Bond movie comes out, the song is nominated for an Oscar and 90% of the time wins the Oscar for Best Original Song. It is so good. And especially when he's like flying down, trying to get to the parachute in the air, you hear that like trumpet of the James Bond movie. Oh, dude, I was so excited after watching that.
Which one was Bublé's cover of Feeling Good used for?
That was one from the early ones.
Okay.
I don't remember which one specifically. The only ones I know specifically are Chris Cornell, Alicia Keys, Adele, Sam Smith, and then Billie Eilish. The last 5. I know the Beatles had.
Oh, it's not. It's just okay. For some reason, I could have sworn because when I listened to it, I felt this way of like, didn't Bublé sing a song for a Bond movie? No, he covered.
He covered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the only modern ones, I say modern Daniel Craig era, started with Chris Cornell.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know my name, but that got me thinking. I'm like, dude, this song that they have for the video game. Oh. I'm so excited. This surpassed Ghost of Yotai in my most anticipated game so far that has yet to come out. Ghost of Yotai was there, and this just blew it out of the water.
Until like I'm still excited for like
Batman.
Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
But unless Nintendo announces something huge for next year, like the Mii game or and Rhythm Heaven coming back a bit, like, and unless they announce like, I don't know, the next Fire Emblem or the next Paper Mario or something.
Yeah.
Lego Batman's gonna take something huge to knock off Lego Batman for me, because I'm like, dude, that's basically a new Lego Batman and Batman Arkham game in one. Where I'm like, whoa.
It's like Marvel, The Rise of Hydra, 1943. You got my like period piece love, and you got my Marvel love, and I'm like, that was gonna be good. But then this came out, and I'm like, oh, dude, you get a license you can't kill until you have the license to kill. I'm so excited for this game. I'm so excited. I need it now. I need more on it now. This is dude. I love James Bond so much. I probably rated on this more than anything else, but it looks so good. It looks so good.
That is my gaming news for this week.
On to my second batch of miscellaneous. In new looks, we got a first look at Lady Gaga 2 from Wednesday Season 2, new clip from Twinless, new look at Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi in Wuthering Heights, new look at Rhea Seehorn in Pluribus, new look at Oscar Isaac as Dr. Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and new look at Sydney Sweeney in Christie. In first looks, we got our first look at 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which also featured our first look at Jack O'Connell and his group, The Jimmies. And our first look at Jesse Tyler Ferguson as Santa in a Very Jonas Christmas movie. In box office earnings/viewings, Jaws 50th anniversary re-release for the second episode in a row earned $8.1 million domestically, and it's among the biggest re-release weekends of the decade. It came in number 2 at the box office, which is awesome. In new announcements, a Call of Duty movie is officially in the works at Paramount, with Paramount also have the rights to expand Call of Duty into a universe of multiple films and TV shows. A remake of Magic is in the works, with Sam Raimi set to produce. John Somi, Arden Cho, and Adeline Rudolph will star in a K-pop slasher horror film called Perfect Girl. Described as Scream meets Black Swan, it follows a newly formed K-pop band that a talented and mysterious new girl joins, but soon other girls begin to be hunted and attacked. Fall 2 is moving forward with Harriet Slater, Arsema Thomas, and Tom Brittney cast in the film. The film will follow 2 women who bond over a shared loss as they do the infamous plank walk of Mount Kwan that soon leaves them stranded on a fragile plank 3,000 feet in the air. And a Life is Strange TV series in the works Amazon Prime Video, with Charlie Koval serving as showrunner. And 2 batches of miscellaneous mentionables. The first one, Will Smith has signed a first look movie deal with Paramount to star in major theatrical movies based on IP owned by Paramount. His production company will also develop original major films for the studio. And a callback to the Call of Duty movie, Steven Spielberg really wanted to direct a Call of Duty movie. His team pitched his vision for the film to Activision, but they got spooked by Spielberg wanting full control over the film, so they sold the rights to Paramount instead. And that is all of my miscellaneous news.
I do have anniversaries this week.
Yes.
August 31st was the 30th anniversary of Crusader No Remorse on PC, the 15th anniversary of Metroid Other M on the Wii. September 1st was the 30th anniversary of Kids, the 30th anniversary of Rayman on the Atari Jaguar, the 30th anniversary of Mega Man 7 on the Super Nintendo, the 25th anniversary of Pokemon Puzzle Challenge on Game Boy Color, the 10th anniversary of Danganronpa Another Episode Ultra Despair Girls on PlayStation Vita, and the 5th anniversary of Marvel's Avengers on PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh,
I never got to play that game, but I heard it was such a disappointment.
For a little bit, and I couldn't get into it.
September 2nd was the 71st anniversary of Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window. I don't know if I've ever actually watched the original, but I've watched so many homages to that movie. As well as the 45th anniversary of Ultima 1, The First Age of Darkness on the Apple II. September 3rd was the 15th anniversary of Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam, and the 15th anniversary of Machete, the pseudo spin-off of Spy Kids.
Yeah,
because that's his character, but it's like not related, and it's like R-rated.
Yeah,
it is a movie that I think has a hilarious existence, even if the movie itself is like serious or like over the top or something. Like the fact that is a character from Spy Kids that
it's so very different,
right?
Yeah.
Anyway, September 4th was the 5th anniversary of Mulan 2020 and the 5th anniversary of Tony Park's Pro Skater 1 and 2 on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. September 5th was the 84th anniversary of Citizen Kane, and September 6th was the 25th anniversary of Turok 3, Shadow of Oblivion on N64, and the 20th anniversary of Radiata Stones on PS2.
Nice. I do have today in pop culture history on Sunday, August 31st. In 2001, the final episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood airs. Monday, September 1st in 1997, Disney Channel ended its 14-year run of being a subscription TV channel and became a basic cable free channel. Tuesday, September 2nd in 1963, CBS Evening News expanded from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, the first network to do so. In a couple of days, NBC followed suit. Wednesday, September 3rd in 1928, Philo Farnsworth demonstrated the world's first working all-electronic television system in San Francisco. Milestone birthdays for that day were also Red Foo turning 50 and Charlie Sheen turning 60. Thursday, September 4th in 2002, Kelly Clarkson won the first season of American Idol on Fox. And milestone birthdays included the 45th birthday of Max Greenfield and the 65th of Damon Wayans. Friday, September 5th in 1927, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit appeared for the first time in the short film Trolley Trouble. And on Saturday, September 6th in 1997, the funeral for Princess Diana was broadcast across several networks and worldwide. An estimated 2 billion people watched all or part of the funeral on television. And on milestone birthdays, Christopher Nolan turned 60 on September 6th. That's all for my This Week in Pop Culture History.
I have some anime news. Who Made Me a Princess premieres September 28th. A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace premieres October 6th. Chained Soldier Season 2 premieres January 2026. Monster Strike Dead vs. Reloaded premieres October 21st. My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Heroes premieres October 6th. Ikoki Nikki premieres January 2026. The children's book series Little Mouse's Red Vest announced an anime adaptation. The Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King has been delayed to April 2026. Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider premieres October 4th. One Punch Man Season 3 premieres October 5th. Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family premieres October 5th. Magical Girl Raising Project Restart premieres in 2026. A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai premieres October 6th. Blue Orchestra Season 2 premieres October 5th. Tadatoshi Fujimaki's manga Kill Blue announced an anime adaptation set for 2026 premiere. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 premieres January 2026. Reincarnated as the daughter of the legendary hero and the Queen of Spirits premieres October 5th. Spy Family Season 3 premieres October 4th. Baki Do premieres in 2026. Welcome to Demon School Irumakun Season 4 premieres April 4th or April 2026. Inexpressive Kashiwada and Expressive Uta premieres October 4th. And Hero Without a Class premieres October 1st. And the one comics news thing I have this week.
Yes.
DCKO released a bracket for the KO storyline that's going on, giving us the first round of matchups of the, let me see if I can't count it real quick here.
This should be a thing where like every time we get to like the next bracket or whatever it is, The next round.
The 32 DC characters that start from the beginning. We have Superman versus Giganta. Do you know who Giganta is?
Yeah.
Okay. We have Captain Atom versus Power Girl. We have Guy Gardner versus Firestorm. We have Jay Garrick versus Cheetah. Jay Garrick is the original Flash. Aquaman versus King Shark. Connor Hawk versus Hawkman. Connor Hawk is the second Green Arrow.
Okay.
Lex Luthor versus Black Lightning. Etrigan versus Supergirl.
Who's Etrigan?
He is I can't remember what his the human side of him is named, but he's a human who finds himself tied to a demon, and when he says "Gone, gone, the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan," and it becomes Etrigan.
Versus who?
Versus Supergirl.
Oh.
Wonder Woman versus Starro.
Wow.
Yeah, which I think there's like a specific Starro, and then there's like the giant.
The big
it's
one.
Okay. Lobo versus Plastic Man. Swamp Thing versus Vixen. Do you know who Vixen is?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you've been stopping me if you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Cyborg versus the Kate Kane Batwoman. Okay. Batman versus Star Sapphire, who is like one of the other Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
She's the one that used to be. I think specifically this is Carol. That was Hal Jordan's love interest. That Star Sapphire. Red Hood versus Damian Wayne.
Oh.
Zatanna versus Barda.
Who's Barda?
Barda is, I believe, she is one of the, what is it called? Not Furies. Big Barda is like her hero name. She's a superheroine, but she also starts as she's related to the New Gods and Darkseid and all that. Okay. She's I want to say she's an anti-hero sometimes. She's raised to be a female Fury by Granny Goodness and becomes a hero. And the last matchup of round one is Harley Quinn versus Metamorpho.
Jeez. Some days I'm like, I can get, and the other ones I'm like,
huh, interesting.
It seems obvious, but still.
Yeah, like Batman is probably going to win versus Star Sapphire because it's Batman and DC.
Yeah.
But also, there's going to be a series releasing going over what Batman does during this, so maybe he loses early, but I don't think he's going to lose the first round.
Yeah.
At least I would not think so. As for who could like win and stuff, I don't know. Superman probably wins versus Giganta. Captain Atom and Power Girl, I couldn't tell you. Guy Gardner and Firestorm feels like he's going to win, but Guy Gardner is also a pretty good Green Lantern. So
I feel like Harley Quinn and Metamorpho is like easy because Metamorpho can just pull out like some kind of like element and just she dies. But
we'll see because also Harley Quinn is kind of like DC's favorite right now. So,
true.
Cyborg versus Batwoman is I think a pretty even fight.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing versus Vixen might be a little even. Lobo versus Plastic Man I feel like is going to be played for laughs.
Yeah.
Because we have Lobo who does not care about life at all, and we have a guy who literally cannot be killed.
Yeah.
Like within,
so it's like,
I mean, I think he can. But I think it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like Batman doesn't have a good contingency against Plastic Man in case he goes rogue because he's like, this man is unpredictable and so stretchy that Wonder Woman versus Starro. I feel like Wonder Woman will win.
Yeah,
it would be like Starro. Red Hood versus Damian Wayne would be a heck of a fight. Let me tell you, the most violent Robins versus each other. Mm-hmm. That is.
That's a good matchup.
Zatanna and Barda. I couldn't tell you enough. But yeah, Aquaman versus King Shark.
That's happened.
That's happened already. That's the only matchup where I'm like, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, you've got all these interesting matchups. Connor Hawk versus Hawkman just feels like it's because they have similar names.
Yeah.
Lex versus Black Lightning be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Supergirl and Etrigan is also like a random...
a demon thing versus Supergirl.
It would have been interesting to see Supergirl versus Power Girl, but that might be too on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so that's my comic news. That's my specific comic news for this week.
I do have a little bit of comics on my side. On the DC side of things, Clayface has begun filming and Eddie Marsan has been cast. In dynamic duo, Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Webben from 500 Days of Summer are rewriting the script. The map of Gotham City and the DCU has been revealed, and it was announced this week that the official Superman sequel will be titled Man of Tomorrow. New artwork was shared. Isabella Marsad teases that she will return. And it will release on July 9th, 2027, mere months before The Batman Part 2. Which, if you're curious, you're probably thinking, well, there's a lot of things coming out in 2027. There is. I have a list. Some of the big releases of that year: The Legend of Zelda, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Shrek 5, Frozen 3, Ice Age Boiling Point, A Quiet Place 3, Man of Tomorrow, The Batman Part 2, Avengers Secret Wars, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, which means that year's going to be a good year for comic book movies.
Yep.
The Resurrection of the Christ, both parts, The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, The Angry Birds Movie 3, Gato, Star Wars Starfighter, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and Bluey. All released that year.
Yeah, and you could argue some of those are like less on some sides than others.
But still,
it's like, holy moly.
That's 1 year's worth of movies.
I'm going to be in the theater so much, man.
Welcome to my life.
Like this year it's been hit or miss, and next year it's still kind of hit or miss on.
Yeah.
But 2027, dude.
Yep. Well, like I said,
I have to start saving up now.
I know. It hits you real quick.
Especially because some of those are going to be for sure trips.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Dude, if the only thing I'm worried about in terms of comic book is like Secret Wars, with the Russo brothers are in it, and it depends on if Doomsday does well. But if Doomsday does well and the Russo brothers tap into their little Marvel formula that they have, we're going to be eating good.
Yeah.
In 2027 for comic book movies. On the Marvel side of things, Fantastic Four: The First Steps passes $500 million worldwide. Speaking of Avengers Doomsday, Channing Tatum reveals that Gambit is involved in a big fight with Doctor Doom, and he also revealed that he won't be leaning into, quote, the full Cajun accent. Spider-Man Brand New Day, for the 7th episode in a row, Tom Holland says he is actively going through the internet to try to best understand what fans want from a Spider-Man movie. And Mark Ruffalo, when asked if he will return as the Hulk, said, quote, I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear. I haven't read a script yet. If it does happen, it would be incredible. And also, we got our first trailer released from Marvel Zombies, featuring our first look at Blade/Moon Knight fighting Ghost. If you listen to previous episodes, that was Mahershala Ali's Blade. It is not. Mahershala Ali is not voicing him.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
Yeah.
But first look at Spider-Man beheading a horde of zombies, and our first look at Zombie Namor. We also got our first poster. I told Trent, he's like, have you seen this? It looks dope. And I'm like, I have. I'm not going to lie. There's some points in that trailer where I had to look away because I do not handle gore well. In celebrity deaths, Graham Greene was 73, Dances with the Wolves star and the voice behind Rain's Fall in Red Dead Redemption 2. David Keeley was 77, first ever chief quality officer at IMAX. Rolling Ray was 28, social media personality and Zeus Network star.
And David Keeley is also the father of Jeff Keeley.
Yep. Priya Marath was 38, Indian actress. Demeter Anagnosti was 89, Albanian director behind The Return of the Dead Army. Joe Bugner was 75, actor known for I'm for the Hippopotamus and Street Fighter. Morten Arnfred was 80, Danish director, screenwriter behind The Russian Singer. Jacques Charrier was 88, French actor, producer known for Babette Goes to War. Pia Velsi was 101, Italian actress behind And the Wild Wild Women. Radna Sakhaltsev was 90, Ukrainian animator. Patrick Hemingway was 97, wildlife manager and writer and son of Ernest Hemingway. Giorgio Armani was 91, iconic Italian clothes designer. And Mark Volman was 78, founding member of the Turtles. And Stephen Mendello was 84, American voice actor behind Boyer and the Invincible Iron Man. My sources this week were Deadline, Movie Insider, Variety, Dread Central, Hollywood Reporter, LAD Bible, Entertainment Weekly, Vanity Fair, PopCulture.net, Writer of Pop, Puck, and of course, Discussing Film.
My sources this week are Discussing Film, IGN, Crunchyroll, and the official sites and socials of the studios mentioned today. Pretty lax week on, which I always have a lax week on.
I have in the past couple weeks.
Sources, but
yeah. And now on to what has become our favorite,
the return of Porgville,
which we realized our September tier list slap.
Yeah, because I think last year was one of the Muppet ones. So.
And that one we lost it.
Yeah.
We returned to part 2 of Porgville.
Seven more actors.
You know 2 of them.
Okay.
One of them that you don't know, and honestly, it was one that I randomly thought of. I'm putting them in here.
Okay.
The first one's Tina Fey.
Tina Fey.
If we didn't already have a theater teacher.
Tina Fey is the local news anchor.
Yes, you're so right.
Now, where we put that in our categories we have, I don't know.
Is that civil service?
I guess we've kind of written ourselves into a corner with some of them being like catch-all, but I guess we'll have to put
retail.
it into...
So should we make a miscellaneous?
Maybe we should make a miscellaneous.
I 100% think Tina Fey is
Local news anchor, weather
Yeah.
lady, just news. I don't know.
she's kind of like a catch-all. She's
Yeah.
one of those that's a catch-all.
She's the one that pops up everywhere, and is like, does this town only have one person working in news? And it's like, yeah, it's
Like,
Tina.
yes, she can do it all. It's called the Tina Show.
Yeah.
Tina Show. This sounds like
Public
something from Bob's Burgers.
Porgville's public access television.
Exactly. They don't have their own.
Now it's time for Tina's Corner.
It's just her on another part of the set. It's very clearly a different part of the set, of the same set. Okay. The next one, Guy Fieri.
But
Guy Fieri.
here's the thing. This might be breaking our rules a little bit, but I feel like
Can only relate him to food.
he's the same person without a camera in front of him.
Yeah.
He owns a local restaurant of some kind.
Some kind of barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm thinking barbecue.
He's like, everybody goes to and eats at Guys. It's just called Guys or something.
Yeah.
And they eat at it every Saturday after the
Yeah.
football game. You know, I don't know if anyone else. I've been thinking like small Midwestern town, like that's,
Absolutely. I'm thinking, yeah.
yeah. So we can get all the
Population
so
8,000.
we can get all the typecasts in
Yeah.
there of like what a small town and
Absolutely. I'm definitely thinking of barbecue.
yeah. It's like it's the local barbecue place.
I actually was like thinking, I'm like, what else could he do? And I'm like,
What else could he do?
he brings him in it to win it back. He and Tina Fey run the local. Never mind. That's stupid.
He like Tina comes over like the news and is like, yes, this week Guys is celebrating something. He is like, come on down to Flavortown, and she's
Flavortown.
like, we talked about this. We're not doing catchphrases.
No. She calls it geese. He tries to open geese and it's like a fancy thing. And they're like, no. Okay. Next one is Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford at this point, because I think we did we did modern day, right? Because like
Yeah, modern day.
although like Carol Burnett technically is past substitute teaching age, but whatever.
I mean,
But you couldn't get rid of me is the
Yeah,
whole point of her.
exactly.
But Harrison Ford at this point doesn't work anymore. So what he does for a living is just go around to local businesses and messes with them. Being the local grumpy old man. You know what I'm talking about. We have a couple around here.
exactly. Yeah,
Every town has a couple of those people who have no better time to do just to mess with and complain towards people. But when he was a working man, I don't know, he probably worked at a factory or something.
Yeah, he's earned his retirement.
Yeah.
He's worked like for 40 years and something in the same job.
Like when
refuses
he
to leave.
retires, the town almost has to adjust a little bit because
Yeah.
he's not doing what he's doing anymore. And he's like, I told you you'd be useless without me. Which is not a good relation. Was not supposed to be an impression. That was just supposed to be, you know what I was.
Exactly. It's the vibe.
Yeah, the
It's
vibe. That was the vibe.
That's also Harrison Ford's attitude, though.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. I don't care.
Except when they do the local play and they bring back every year, they always do like a Santa Claus thing. He has to be Santa because no one else can be Santa.
He is. And guess who the elf is? Will Ferrell. I'm going to put local grumpy man / mall Santa. It's not a full-on mall. It's a strip mall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He sits outside like the center.
They set a sled out there and he's like,
Yeah.
it's cold.
Exactly. He does it for maximum 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But the whole town lines up. Brendan Fraser.
We
We keep in mind, we still need a mayor.
We do. Oh, that would have been a good one for Harrison Ford, Mayor Harrison Ford.
True, but also I feel like that'd be too much like. No, it wouldn't be too much like Ross. Brendan Fraser, I'm leaning into like the wholesome vibe.
The wholesome vibe.
Because that's what Brendan Fraser is.
Yeah.
Something that people are gonna be like, oh, Brendan.
But then, like, growing up, he was like the local.
The
Like,
wild
everyone's
boy.
like, come on, man, it's Brendan. But then now that he's like older, everyone's like, oh, man. Why do I want to say he like has a farm or something? Like he's like raising
such a good
like he's like
farmer.
raising cows or something because it's just him and,
And he
his
always
animals.
brings his eggs. He runs the farmer's market.
Yeah, there we go. He's like
He runs the farmer's market and he sells his homegrown eggs.
or is he like the grocer? Like he owns the little grocery store. He's like, oh come on, guys.
He co-owns the neighborhood Brahms, but he only takes care of like the grocery store part.
There we go. It's retail.
So-
It's retail slash farm.
He's the one that's farm to table, but he doesn't preach about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't preach about it.
Once again, we must clarify. This is purely based on vibes.
Purely based on vibes.
Because I'm sure if some of them heard this, they'd be like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm not. I'll say it right now. I'm going off of the Parks and Rec farmers market because the people there are like, what, insane.
Yeah.
Purely fictional. I'm gonna put quaint farmer.
I get that.
He only comes into town like a couple times.
Yeah,
a week.
he comes in to check on the store that he co-owns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is Angela from Smosh. Angela Uritana. My mind just jumped to protester. It's just because she's loud.
So Angela works at the grocery store. She's the main clerk.
Her calling back on the intercom for assistance.
She's like, you go that day and you part of you is like, okay, whatever, just Angela. And part of you is like, oh Lord, am I going to get Angela again this time? And she's going to have a comment on every item I get.
It won't be a bad one.
No, it won't be a bad one.
It'll be a good one.
But yeah.
Or like some comment like, haven't seen this before. She's also somehow best friends with Will Ferrell's character. Because who doesn't love Will Ferrell's character?
Absolutely.
It's purely for the theater background.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest.
Oh, she does the local
Angela
theater.
does theater.
She does the local theater, yeah.
Angela.
This
100%.
is Angela if she actually went to a regular school instead of performing arts school.
She made the theater department.
That's just the vibe I get of like once again, she's part of the community, but like what she's doing regularly, what you're going to see her do regularly is check out your groceries.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Angela, please just let me buy my soda in peace.
I'm going to put local grocer, avoidable question mark.
Again, this is said with love.
This is said with love because Angela is one of my favorite Smosh members.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Mayor.
Absolutely. I was looking at this and I'm like, that's mayor vibes. And he's going to get his... No, it's civil service. What am I thinking?
It's either mayor or superintendent.
Oh, him in a school.
Maybe both.
I'm putting him...
Is he both? This is a small town.
He is both. He 100% is both. But would he be like... They'd have to have... we need a backup superintendent then because whenever the off days...
A backup superintendent?
Like he goes like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah,
Thursday.
we'll
cross that bridge.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Which means Jeff Goldblum gets his own category.
Mayor/superintendent. Superintendent Goldblum.
And the last one, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
I do immediately jump to heartthrob. I think that's unavoidable with Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Cue the joke you said at the Disney.
Ryan Gosling is...
I feel like a lot of ladies are going to like go just to see him, but he's actually trying to do his job. Why am I thinking he's the other grocer? But he like stocks.
He stocks. Is he the stalker at the grocery store?
Yeah.
Serves the ice cream on the ice cream.
Oh. No, honestly, I could see him owning an ice cream thing or running an ice cream thing.
See him doing that?
I just see him as something where like all the women are going to come up to him. Like his business is going to be successful, not because it's good, but because all the women want to go see him.
And he's like, this is great. Everyone's loving my ice cream flavors.
Yeah, he maintains that he's single.
And Angela's like, it's because you're hot, Ryan.
He's like, what? No, me? No. Is he gay? No. Angela 100% pointed out. Oh.
Making dynamics between two people who have not, and let's just say likely won't.
Likely won't. Again, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Jack Quaid was on a Smosh thing recently.
That's true.
With Angela and like Shane. What are we thinking with the retail?
I'd say
but
retail.
Also stalker slash ice cream.
Stalker slash ice cream. My only other option I thought was like he runs the pool during the summer.
Oh, he absolutely would run the pool during the summer. They get another grocer for the summer because...
No, Jeff Goldblum is like, listen, you're running the pool. It's good for local business because the pool's owned by the city.
I'm saying you need to run the pool. I'm not doing a good Jeff Goldblum impression. Okay, Ryan Gosling, he also gets his own... Just kidding.
He comes in his uniform. He's like, I'm in my uniform. He's like wearing like a shirt and like a swim shirt and stuff. He's like, you spent all that time thinking you shouldn't you should keep your shirt on. You didn't think
Goldblum
whether or not you should.
Jeff Goldblum. And no one can get onto it because it's just Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, no one understands the reference because in this universe he wasn't in Jurassic Park.
Exactly. Jeff Goldblum's like, I'm happily married of 20-something years with 3 children. I can make fun of it. I can say that to him. Okay, ice cream handler / stalker / seasonal lifeguard. Ryan Gosling, stalker, ice cream handler, and seasonal life. And that is all for our categories for this week. Should I recap what we have so far?
Yes.
The list is growing. In retail, we have Spencer Agnew as the game store owner / worker. Will Ferrell as the wannabe theater teacher / gas station owner / town backbone of charity. I forgot about that. Brendan Fraser as a quaint farmer / owns the farmer's market. Angela Giratana as a local grocer, avoidable. Ryan Gosling is a stalker / ice cream handler / seasonal lifeguard. Civil service, Jennifer Aniston is the random office worker / higher up. Olivia Colman is a charge nurse and Jennifer Coolidge is a hairdresser. Jeff Goldblum is his own category as mayor / superintendent. In the school category, Carol Burnett is the goated substitute teacher and John Cena is the PE coach. And in the food, Guy Fieri is once again a barbecue restaurant owner. And miscellaneous, Tina Fey is a local news anchor and Harrison Ford is a local grumpy man / mall Santa. I love this so much.
Yes, dude, this
I love
is great.
Porgville.
This is great. And on that note, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those interactive things. Follow the podcast on most social medias at Mondays for Nerds. Follow me on most social medias at Sir Stumps a Lot or Sir Stumps a Lot 17.
Follow me at PoThePanda001 or Chris M. Pratt Fan on Instagram.
And we will see you all next time.
And goodbye.
Bye.